absolutely spectacular and does not cease to be amazing every single time I see this. Look down, another stream bed. And I mean, you can see these things and how they have shaped what is here. But you can also imagine the road is awesome compared to hiking or horseback riding in this. And this comes under the heading of, but wait, there's more. For real. And then also see the ephemeral waterfall again off to the left. A different waterfall. That one had water until about, I guess about 6 or 8 weeks ago. That was present for quite a long period of time. So the waterfall helps to erode the canyon, the waterfalls help to erode the canyon as well. They do have some frost wedging here. It does snow here, so it does have temperature shifts, but not as many days as Bryce. So you can see it has not affected the rock in the same manner as Bryce. But canyons are continually growing and evolving because the forces of nature that form them are still at work. I know, it's pretty nice up there, isn't it? I mean, it's just like you can't pick a direction and not see something amazing to look. There's a great app called All Trails. Have I already told you about All Trails? I have. Yeah, so there's some easy hikes out here. It doesn't have to be this massive undertaking that you have to be in shape for as well. So now we're going through a tunnel. This is not the tunnel. How about that? This is a shorter, much shorter, bigger tunnel, so this isn't like, we don't have to worry about driving down the middle of the road or anything like that. But again, a glimpse of things yet to come. So to do the work in the solid sandstone back at the, basically they did this before they did the Hoover Dam. I don't know if anybody's been out to the Hoover Dam. It's a really cool thing to go see. There's another slot canyon off to the right if you've not seen it, because they also had to do a lot of excavation work through solid rock to build the Hoover Dam. And back in that day and age, it wasn't an easy undertaking. They had like steam shovels and a whole lot of dynamite. You know what I mean? So they were, literally blood, sweat, and tears work. And then there's the heat on top of it. We're kicked back in air conditioning. It's sort of hard to relate to or understand that. Another, it's not a slot, but it's a crack. A lot of the rock climbers like to climb up those kind of cracks, especially if they're climbing free without ropes or anything. I know, it's like, that's not my sport. I like 2 feet on the ground. I told you there was a lot of green and a lot of red in Utah. And this is classic. But you saw on the map how we're only going through a small segment of the entire Zion National Park. And there's other canyons and other rock structures that are to be seen. There's a great hike called the Narrows, which you actually hike through the Virgin River. That's another famous one. There's one closer to that lodge here at Zion that's called Emerald Pools. That's pretty easy from the lodge. So there is a lodge within the confines of the park. There is plenty of camping within the confines of the park, but there is also a lovely little village called Springdale, which is at the base of, it's right outside the south gate, and it kind of reminds me of a little micro Sedona. And there's plenty of lodging and restaurants and pubs and coffee places and outfitters and places you can rent equipment from down there. So it doesn't have to be a camping excursion unless you want it to be. There's also there is glamping. So the tunnel is coming up that I alluded to earlier. Let me tell you a little bit about the tunnel and viewing. We've got those 5 windows. Actually there's 6, but 2 of them are together, so I don't count them as 2, but other guides do. So there's 5 viewing ports, which you couldn't coincidentally see unless you're in a bus like this. But best thing to do is do your phone on video out of the right side of the bus and then go back and get a frame. Do not have the lights on. Right, so do not have the flash on. Man, and there's like, are we gonna be able to drive straight through? Hold on, I have to contend with this.
I'm gonna open the door after because they're gonna see the